Yeah. Pisces and Aquarius, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Y'all are wondering if things were different, right? That's what y'all doing. Y'all are wondering, what if things were different? And not just between the two of you, but on a large scale. What if this was different? What if that was different? But probably something that has something to directly do with the two of you. Because we're doing relationship videos, right? So, let's get right into it. Y'all are very close to each other. You know my motto in the zodiac, signs that are preceding one house before and afterwards, one house after, have an obligation to each other. So, like Pisces and Aries have an obligation to each other, Pisces and Aquarius have an obligation to each other. So, it could be a beautiful thing depending on how you look at it. If you use logistics, this can work very well, but also emotional intelligence. You can't factor one out. And that's, to me, if you ask, is the number one place where in this time there may be some type of struggle between you two, is that we're in a time that is more about the brain, right? It's more of what's going on in here instead of what's going on in here, and instead of what's going on like dark matter, you know? But we're producing, what happens with that brain activity is a lot of production of dark matter coming into existence. More observed eyes. It's more observance of it is what I'm saying. I'm being cryptic right now, but it's for good purpose, I'm pretty sure. So let's get into the technicals of it. Virgo is the 8th house for Aquarius. A lot of sex on the mind, but from my observations, it's more than just sex on the mind of the Aquarius. The Aquarius is really doing some introspective stuff right now. They may even be off the radar, not saying much. I wouldn't say not doing much, but just not saying much, you know, not being vocal that much. And reason being is they're trying to figure something out about their relationships. They're trying to figure out and factor in not what's necessarily bothering them. I think Aquariuses have a great ability to understand that instantaneously and be able to communicate that. Now, what I do believe is more relative to is what is forward thinking. What is going on in the future based upon what they're thinking. This is deep thinking though. This is deep stuff. But it just might be closely associated to you, Pisces. Deeply, right? We're not talking about no surface level shit. This is some deep shit. And Aquarius is trying to ground themselves in this and then go even deeper for the sake of being obligated to this Pisces energy, right? So seeking out the depths of the mind is where y'all to correlate, is where y'all to connect right now. And being in a relationship, it's like that's where the concentration and the focus is for Aquarius. And for Pisces, you're right next to them with the focus and the concentration being in the house of relationships. So not only is 7th and 8th house stuff going on, there's Virgo stuff going on, right? So taking a real deep, or should I say methodical look at all of this, right? And whether or not you two are communicating what you are planning, there's some planning going on. So, you know, Aquariuses can be more detached and not wanting to say everything that's on their mind. Pisces, you could be silent too and just feel out what the Aquarius is thinking, and that can make things kind of like tricky. It could make things tricky, right? Because Aquarius energy does have psychic ability as well. They get these flashes of what's going on or what's potentially happening, and they may pick up on you, Pisces, you know, with that radar, that sonar, that underwater deep shit that's figuring out what the fuck they got going on up there, you know? And it would behoove Aquarius for you to actually speak to Pisces about this stuff instead of letting them have to use so much brain power to do it on their own. If you're a couple, just fucking get it out of the way. Just do that shit and get it out of the way. Because if not, you're going to make the Pisces feel uncomfortable. You're going to make them feel suspecting. You're going to make them feel like they have to investigate you. And it could just be something just as merely as Aquarius being aloof, detached in some areas, but still being a loyal and generous friend. But you got to remember this. Y'all a couple. Y'all in a relationship. So to a Pisces, that shit is supposed to go out of the door when it comes to something that is relevant and essential to the relationship. It's 7th house for Pisces. Sun is in the 7th house. So that's what's on the chopping block right now. That's what's being looked at right now. And if you want to, in Pisces, this is something for you to take a look at too. That they're in a deep introspective time in their life right now. So you might want to give them that leeway. Stay mindful though of what's going to happen after this, like when the sun goes into Libra and stuff like that. Keep an eye on what's going on. And not only that, we could stay in this session right now to keep an eye on their Mars to see what their actions are going to be. Mars is not in Virgo. Mars is not in Aquarius, it's 8th house. So let's get to this so we can do some more eavesdropping. Mercury first though. Mercury is in the 8th house for Aquarius. It will go to the 9th house in Libra come 9/7/22, pardon me. And it will be going retrograde in 9/10/22. For Pisces, it's in the 7th house, of course, it'll be going to the 8th house. So basically, Pisces, this is what you should pay attention to. Aquarius is one step ahead of you. And this is part of the obligation between you two signs. Aquarius is going to go through it before you, Pisces. And of course, there's cycles and cycles and cycles and cycles. But this is what you should appreciate about your Aquarius lover, your significant other, is that they're going to go through it before you and be able to pass on that knowledge Aquarius rules over to you. So, in the communication, right, because Mercury is communication, you should be on the lookout for these types of things being communicated to you. The wisdom being passed down, the knowledge being passed down. Let's focus on that. The knowledge being passed down to you in a way that solidifies that you're in a relationship. Because Mercury for you, Pisces, is in the 7th house. And if you need a way to decipher and determine what it is that I'm talking about exactly, just test your communication levels with other people. Okay, that's a family member, that's an acquaintance, that's my co-worker, that's the waitress at the restaurant, and there goes my significant other, my lover Aquarius. And compare and contrast the conversations. If the conversation with your Aquarius sounds like the conversation with the co-worker, that should raise some type of awareness. Unless your Aquarius works with you, that conversation shouldn't be similar. You understand what I'm saying? But it's different if the Aquarius does work with you, then that conversation should be great. Should it turn out like it is with the coworker, right? And the family member as well. Because family, you want to be close. You want to feel like your significant other is family, right? But if it comes out sounding like the waitress at the restaurant, then you know you're lacking something in it. Something's slipping away there. Especially with the focus and the concentration being in the 8th house for them. They might be thinking about fucking somebody. Look, I don't want to start no shit. Y'all don't go start no shit. Don't go stabbing each other up and calling police on each other and shit. I'm just telling you. You know what I mean? Be wise enough and smart enough to get out of the situation if it come down to that. But I'm just saying, shit is in the 8th house for them, for Aquarius, you know? And then they might just be thinking about fucking something else. They might not be doing it. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You know, I care for both of y'all. That's why I'm putting this information out. It ain't me, though. It's the planets. It's the planets transiting and we're fucking humans. We're having an experience. What do you want me to do? So, when it comes to Mercury, this is what's going on. And to be bigger people, right? And to not be in such a low vibrational state to where y'all behaving the worst if you think the worst is at hand. Take this time to learn from it, because Mercury is also a learning planet. You know, got a lot of life to live. You don't really know how this whole thing is going to turn out, how it's going to play out. So always have the mindset that this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. All right. And like I said, because y'all are so close together, y'all have an obligation to each other. Every Aquarius I know, they're not bitter about the relationship that we had. You know, they're like, yo, we're still cool. Like, we still chop it up. You know, there ain't no hard feelings with Aquarius. Is if you ask me, I don't know. Get in the comment section. Am I right or wrong? Like, they cool as a fan. You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, that was. They look at it more like friendship too, but it's just like, hey, so what? That's the fucking friendship sign. What do you expect? So I'm saying, just cool out. You know what I mean? Now, you got Venus being in the sign of Leo in the 7th house for Aquarius. Which is the 6th house for Pisces, but it makes me ponder on this whole thing. I say it like this, right? If Aquarius is not boasting about y'all love right now, you got to ask yourself, Pisces, why not? Why are they not boastful about your love right now? Why are they not, showing out, showing their ass, showing both y'all asses? Pause. But you know what I mean? Like, y'all ain't putting that shit on. Like, y'all ain't going out. Y'all ain't. Why not? Because is it work related? Maybe you ain't got the bag, Pisces, to do it. Maybe Aquarius is pulling the weight right now. I'm using intuition right now. But I'm serious. And that could be a thing. Like, I'm speaking from real life experiences. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody ain't always got it. And sometimes when you don't got it, you don't feel as secure as you would if you had it. Right? That's just real life stuff. So that might have something to do with it. But still in all, even if you don't got it, this is a testament to y'all love. Because even if y'all don't got it like that, to do something that, how should I say it, is showy. Because, some people are really hell-bent on this show me you love me stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, some people are out here breaking the bank to prove to each other that they love each other, and they're missing the fucking point. And this is why I just did a video about marrying Pisces with Venus being exalted in Pisces. And it's just like, sometimes y'all are missing the fucking point. Y'all are still trying to outdo these algorithms and break Instagram because of how you share time with another person, and it's just with your person, and it's just like, yo, you're missing the fucking point. Sharing time with the person, yeah, that's it, but how it's displayed and how it's conveyed, what the fuck? Y'all putting dollar amounts on that shit? So this is something to look at. You know what I'm saying? If y'all are on some Debbie Downer shit right now, it's because y'all are more focused on the external and what everybody else is thinking instead of what y'all got going on, which is probably the sweetest fucking love in the world, especially at home, But if that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. How can I bring a brighter tone to this? It's like, really, because it's going to be more evident with Aquarius, and that's why I kind of like picked on Aquarius when I initially started with Venus. But with Pisces, it's going to be more evident of what they're at least trying to do for themselves to lift their spirits, should they be on some Debbie Downer shit, Because if the Pisces, if you're not getting this type of love and harmony from Aquarius, then you're going to be getting it for yourself. You're going to be doing it for yourself. You're going to be investing in yourself. And you might want to do more work than you want to be doing more spouse stuff. So the whole work-life balance, that shit might shift. And you're like, you know what? Because Aquarius, you don't seem to be excited or, wanting to express in general, not something in particular, but just be expressive. All right, I got you. I'm going to just spend my time elsewhere or bury myself in my work, but I'm going to make this shit look good too, And it's not intentional to make the Aquarius jealous or make them feel some type of way. It's just the transit, B. Venus in the 6th house of work environment with the sign of Leo that's gonna make shit look good, right? So again, y'all don't be down each other's throats, pause, trying to do some wild shit to each other because y'all feel some type of way. It's the transit, B. Y'all could lock yourselves up in some padded rooms and not participate in life, period. Or y'all can look at the influences of the planets and realize that they're tools, they're angels to help you facilitate what it is that you're doing here in the game of life. That was beautiful how I just explained that, right? That's how this shit should be looked at, though. Real talk. So, you know, Venus is important, man. Venus is important. So, it's going into the 7th house eventually for Pisces, which is 9/6/2022, September 6, 2022. So, it should be viewed like this. It's going to get brighter. And Aquarius, if you are so deep in introspect that you feel like you can't really come out of that shit right now, by the time Venus goes into Virgo for Pisces, you should spend more time at least looking at them, because that glow that they've been developing in the 6th house with Venus being there in Leo is going to be fucking showing when Venus hits Virgo. Pisces gonna have some type of bag too. I don't know how they fucking got it, but I'm telling you, they gonna have some type of bag, and they gonna be putting that shit on. Venus falls in Virgo, so I'm telling you, they're gonna have that fucking bag, yo. Because we in the States. If y'all are watching from the Eastern Hemisphere, pardon me, I'm not trying to close y'all out of this, you know. And I ain't trying to encourage you Pisces to break the bank and show out and you go fucking broke and then you look stupid and shit. I'm not trying to do that either, but I'm just saying, sometimes over here the shit be flowing and coming and going so much, nobody even feels broke even if they don't got no savings. That's just the culture over here. I'm serious. And I know that shit is irresponsible as fuck, but people been surviving off of that shit, yo. What you want me to tell you? But at least sometimes it's just the vision of it, just seeing it, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing other people happy can make you fucking happy, yo. That shit is contagious. You hating motherfuckers out there, I don't know, but I'm not talking for y'all. I'm not even speaking for y'all. Word up, I'm not. I don't even understand that. Like, if you hate me right now, like, I don't even understand why you watching this video at this point. Because you probably figured out that you hated me in, like, at the 2-minute mark, but whatever. That's life, right? But I'm serious, like, that shit is contagious when you see people upbeat and having fun. And I mean, for me, maybe it's different because I'm a Pisces. Like, I could really tell when people are having fun or having a ball. Not that phony shit where they gotta do it in order to do that showmanship shit. Like, I could detect that from yards out. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real, genuine shit. Like, yo, you fucking did it, bro. That shit. You know what I'm saying? Cheerleading shit, cartwheels, motherfucker, that shit. So Aquarius, if you're in so much of a dark area because of the sun being in your 8th house, pay attention to your significant other, your lover, your Pisces, and that should immediately bring you right out. Pisces got that shit anyway in general. You know what I'm saying? So, but when Venus hit there, you'll see what I'm talking about. Watch. Get in the comment section, confirm or deny. I ain't tripping. Let's get into Jupiter now. Fuck it. Jupiter is in the 3rd house in retrograde in Aries for Aquarius. It's in the 2nd house of Aries retrograde for Pisces. So what this means here is introspection, Aquarius, about your networks, how vast they are and how impactful they are. My bad. So like I was saying, right, y'all, with Jupiter being in Aries in the 3rd house for Aquariuses are going to be putting their acquaintances on the chopping block right now. When I say chopping block, I mean like, okay, let's do a revisit to everything and everyone in my life right now. And let's see what I could do without and what I need. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about really chopping someone. This is not a violent expression. But yeah, in Aquarius's way to be forward with people and say exactly what it is that's on their mind when they're not being unpredictable. Don't get me fucked up. Now, I know how they can say something and they have to be lying. You know what I'm saying? Just so they can remain unpredictable. I'm not talking about that. I guess when Aquariuses are mean, that's how you can better measure when they're telling the truth. Yeah, that's a gem for y'all asses. Y'all ain't expect me to say that, huh? They might be mad at me for that shit too, but I'm for real. So sometimes, and you know, I find that to be one of their better characteristics in time. I found that. because that's when I could really identify when they're telling the truth or how they feel about something. Because other than that, and I've said it before, like Aquarius is the most emotional sign in the zodiac. I know some of y'all might be like, yo, how the fuck, how? But I say it time and time and over again, because when it's like their heart is in their brain. It's like you can hear the frustration when they speak, and that's when you'll be like, yeah, okay, now I know, yeah, that's that shit that I was waiting for. Fuck you was high and that at. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, a lot of that surface talk that they do is to throw the other person off, the other party off. And this is, I guess, something that they do more along the lines with people they hold as acquaintances. And this is why I'm bringing it up. There's levels to this shit. There's acquaintances, there's relationships, there's partnerships, there's, what's the other ship? A lot of ships, y'all. But acquaintances is like the lightest of them all. Hi, bye shit. Yeah, I know you, but I don't mean I'll fuck with you. Don't go telling anybody I'll fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't ever catch a case together. Damn, that's probably not the example I should be using. But you get what I'm saying, right? They're going to be revisiting those individuals. They are also going to be revisiting places that they've been to visit. These individuals may reside in those places. Pisces, I'm just putting you on the game of what this whole Jupiter thing is about. Jupiter, like I said before, it's a transitional planet. So you make yourself fit in here the way that you're supposed to. And if you don't fit in there, don't force it. Shit ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, Jupiter is having this impact on Aquarius to where community is going to be meaning a lot to them. So you may think this sounds textbook astrology shit. Third house, community, Aquarius, networks, friends, Aries, leadership, adamant, right? But it is what it is, yo. There is power in communities. And if you have been rocking with people in different communities for a particular amount of time and you haven't obtained results that you felt worthy of, because you got to look at it like this. Sometimes you go into people's communities and you bring value to it, and vice versa. They come and they bring value to yours, or you devalue their shit. That happens too, Rob. But at least Aquarius is going to be looking into this, right? Reflecting on this and be like, man, damn, I sure did tear that neighborhood up. I'm going to find out a way that I can give it back now, the fucking turkey drive, or, something like that. That's cliche as fuck, but you get what I'm saying, right? They are in that mode right now. And it's for the purpose of trying to see where they can do better, where they can be better, where they can find more purpose, And Pisces, if you can get with that, that's cool. And that you may be a supporter of that in some type of way financially, You may say, you may be an advisor in some sense, a financial advisor in some sense, and be like, yo, you know what? You could put X amount of dollars into that, or you don't really have to put much money into that, especially because it's retrograde. You can actually just spread word through the connections that you have, which Aquarius usually has many, right? You know enough people that all you got to do is tell them about this shit. You don't got to spend a whole bunch of marketing dollars. What are you doing? Chill out, And Pisces, Jupiter's in retrograde for you. So you're going to be even more inclined to say something like that, because where you don't have to spend any money, you just won't. You just won't, And it makes sense to overlook this or to avoid this is something that is hazardous and reckless on both of your behalves or on one of the others. Check yourselves about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Jupiter does also have the potential. It's like ego on steroids. The more Jupiter has, the more they believe they can control and dominate and rule the world. You understand what I'm saying? So if y'all are not reflecting on stuff that just doesn't add up, no matter how much it is, no matter how much you have of it, it doesn't make you better people. It doesn't have real purpose behind it. And you just want to be remembered about that. That's something that y'all should check yourselves about during this time. That's why Jupiter is retrograde during this time. Jupiter can also protect you by not giving you all of this greatness and all of this abundance. And you may think it backfired, or you may think Jupiter is not doing what it's supposed to do. But Jupiter is wise. Jupiter does have a great impression on when you are great in life and when you're not and you're just faking it. You know what I'm saying? So when it's protecting you, you can make it look like whatever you want to make it look like. And that's part of the greatness about being able to work with what you got and making it look prominent. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't got to spend much or get anything in additional to prove your point. And that's how Jupiter can protect you sometimes. Like, yo, you don't even know. If you had all of the abundance that I was about to give you, and I know that you're worth, but if I was to give it to you in this moment, you would piss that shit away. And that's why I'm not giving it to you. More along the lines of it being in retrograde is when it could behave like that too. Or if it's like aspecting Saturn and stuff like that, you can expect things like that to happen. Which it is, what is it? It's actually sextile to Saturn right now. So there's actually an opportunity that lies in what I just said, what I just explained. So figure that out. The two of y'all could figure that out. The way that I said that combination can work when it comes to finances, financial advisory. Aquarius, you can actually take some tips from Pisces. And I'm not saying this as Pisces has to have $5 million in their bank account in order for you to listen to them either, Aquarius. This could be just based off pure wisdom that Pisces has had and some psychic shit that they picked up on. And in the moment, they are fucking right. I'm just telling you how this shit goes sometimes. So let's get into Saturn. Another transitional planet. It's in the sign of Aquarius. It's the first house in retrograde for Aquarius. And it's the 12th house for Pisces. So, again, Aquarius has already went through the top level information stuff that they were supposed to obtain through doing the work in their how should I say it? Doing the work in their 12th house, right? Behind the scenes. So now they're busting out with it. So Pisces, this is what you could pay attention to. Whatever Aquarius is doing right now, this is something that they've already been working on behind the scenes, and they feel excited about spearheading it right now. Now, this does not pertain to flash. This does not pertain to boasting, bragging. This does not pertain to any of that. This pertains to them being who they are, everyone knowing who they are, everyone who needs to know who they are, knowing who they are, and still remaining in that work mode, but now for everyone to see. Alright, so if y'all been together, which I gather y'all have, y'all are reading a relation, y'all watching a relationship video, then you know what they've been working on behind the scenes. You're going to see it. It's going to be visible right now. And if it's not visible right now, then you can actually ask the question, what have you been doing for the past yada, 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 yada? When Saturn was in, what was that, Capricorn? Right. What were you doing? Saturn and Capricorn, you were supposed to really be putting this shit together, Aquarius. How the fuck you drop the ball when it comes to that? You know what I'm saying? Am I starting arguments in y'all household? Please don't let it come to that. But I'm really giving y'all the meat and potatoes of how y'all can check each other out and stay on top of each other. Pause. And, you know, do what it is what y'all got to do to be the best y'all. But yeah, that's how they should be on it. And this is the transition that they've been working on behind the scenes. You know, this is where it's going to be visible. This is where it could be a testimony to whether it worked or not, to whether isolation in doing the work has worked or not. And a lot of this can take place on the internet. When I say Aquarius, I'm going to say internet a lot, y'all. So just get used to it. This could deal with connecting people on a large scale. It might just be a group, though, sectored off. It doesn't have to say we are the world and kumbaya over the fire and all that shit. Nah, it's just their thing. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on. And if you're a part of that, kudos. So be it. It's beautiful, ain't it? If it could work. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about Saturn here, so I'm just gathering that it's going to have something to do with work in that regard, you know? But this is something to be careful of, too, is that Saturn is still authoritative planet, so Saturn is in the 12th house for you, too, Pisces, so you may just need to let them be like the face of the company or whatever the case may be, because it's time for that. And it's really time for you to fall back and do the work. You don't have to be so visible or whatever the case may be, you know? And sometimes it's like that with marriages or relationships or couples. When it comes to Saturn, it's like, it'll be dope for the two of you to pop up and be visible because that's two authoritative figures, right? And when you got a power couple, that's what the fuck is going on. But different strokes for different folks. It's a time for everything, and this is just not the time for that. You understand what I'm saying? This is the time for y'all to play y'all positions where y'all act and respect each other's crafts and the positions that y'all are in until the time comes to state otherwise. You know, you might wait for another planet that supports that more, like a well, it's going to take some time when it comes to Saturn, but look for a Venus construct. You know what I'm saying? Because shit, Venus has that connection to power couples. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Saturn being exalted in Libra is pretty much what I'm hinting at. You know, that type of structure supports when two people unite and they're about their business. It's pretty much what I'm saying. So look for a transit as such. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now Pisces, you know, I've said it time and time again with this relationship series, right? It's like this. Find out how much your country values you. Find out how much you're valued all across the world. Because remember, your partner, your significant other, your lover is in the sign of Aquarius of the internet. It's not like y'all got to keep spending gas on private jets, airplanes, taking trips all over the world. It's a click of a button now, baby. You want to see the other side of the world or get in contact with the other side of the world, it's a click of a button from the convenience of wherever you're at. So with you doing this behind the scenes work in the sign of Aquarius, that's in a house that represents different countries, foreign lands, pay attention to how the face card, which is your Aquarius significant other, can benefit from that by putting them out there or utilizing whatever it is that they're being recognized for and being able to place them in a position elsewhere. That's where y'all could really make this shit happen, you know? And none has to be the wiser. If they can actually be a face card without you, just like they say a lot of the times, and behind every good man is a good woman, and etc., vice versa, depending on y'all situation, you know what I'm saying? Let that type of magic happen for y'all. And it'll work because of the transit. It's a time for everything, right? So if you the man behind the scenes, if you the woman behind the scenes, Pisces, be okay with that. You ain't got to trip. You don't got to jump out the window and be like, hey, I want some attention. This is not the time for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe kind of, because the sun is in the 7th house. So let me not just say not at all, because you may still want to feel some of that. But it's still in the sign of Virgo for you, Pisces. So you can be analytical about this, and you can get in hermit mode, and you can be mutable, the sign Virgo, in order to dip and dodge around that whole shit, right? The sun is the ego. So you don't have to let the ego be so involved to the point where you push the sun in front of Saturn, you know? It's truly your decision, free will. That's also the sun as well, right? It's up to you, but just pay attention to what I'm saying to you. Like, you don't have to do that when you got such a, I would call it a spiritual arsenal going on with Saturn in the 12th house right now, Pisces. But, you know, you figure it out, you let me know. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope y'all do y'all thing. Remember y'all obligation to each other. Whether y'all together or not, or y'all end up being together or not, Aquarius and Pisces. All right, I'm out.